Hey yeah, newbie mermaids and current mermaids and ex-mermaids who rerolled 50 rerollers. Welcome to the long overdue succession guide. Here I will teach you the basics to get you started in in-game PVE along with some suggested combos and add-ons. And as usual, we'll start off with the skills and skill points you need. First, after the skill point adjustments, you really don't need to farm skill points as much as you need to before. Around 1015 skill points should get you all you need. However, if you need more, then by all means use the 530% J scrolls and the 300% scrolls if need be. Anyhow, take everything in the succession tree, save for weight training, as that one you just take as many as you need, depending on how much SP you've got. If you want everything, including the weight, then you need roughly 2515 skill points. After that, Rabam wise for PVE, Shift+X and Shift+Z is personal preference, although for Shift+X I recommend using Rising Whirlpool for movement, and for Shift+Z I do recommend this one, Pearl Blast, so you can do range pulls. Lastly, I recommend Spiral of Dreams for the last skill as means of doing extra damage. And moving straight into skills of special note, a few suggested main movement skills for short range packs is the Shift+X Rabam Rising Whirlpool, and your shift skill, Absolute Smooth Sailing, also your primary movement and evasion self buff of 9% by the way, followed by WF Absolute Whirlpool. Take note, this is not an exhaustive list and you can always use SF Ocean's Monopoly, for example, into your iframe for lateral movement as well. For longer range pulls and packs, you can consider WE Sea Stroll, which is also your strongest self-evasion buff of 12%, followed by Shift Q Prime Wipeout into S+RMB Storm Surge combo for that extra distance. Iframe wise, you technically have 3. First is the usual Skedaddle, then the recently changed Prime Whirling Slash, followed by your shift skill Absolute Riding Waves, which is a PVE iframe. Take note, this iframe works for both Awakening and Succession. However, your on-demand iframes are mainly Prime Whirling Slash and Riding Waves, and Wave Skedaddle requires training off another skill beforehand, so keep that in mind. And lastly, if you find yourself in sticky situations, use Shift+C to go underwater, or use the Rabam Sea of Dreams. Though if you choose this one, then you won't be able to take the other damage Rabam. But of course, use whichever you prefer and is or comfortable with. Moving on to combos, there are two phases of this particular combo, the debuff phase and the damage phase. We start off with S+RMB Prime Storm Surge, followed by RMB Flow after the storm, then into F Prime Storming Gale, 1 hit, followed by Q Overflow, into S+RMB Prime Wave Pout, followed by its flow, Tide's Kiss, and then going to S+LMB Absolute Tidal Slash, followed by its flow, Raging Torrent, and then SC Prime Open Fire, then Prime Ocean's Pearl, and then Prime Wave Lash. And that's our first phase, with the focus mainly on debuffing the mobs. With the above and the add-ons, you should get the following buffs and debuffs: Continuous DP minus 15, AP plus 20, Continuous Evasion minus 9%, Critical Rate plus 20%, Monster AP plus 20, a further DP minus 15, HP Recovery plus 30, Accuracy plus 4%, Attack Speed plus 7%, and Back Attack plus 3%. This is infinitely repeatable, and you'll need to repeat this first phase twice after the second damage phase below, which is Shift Q Prime Wipeout to get to their bags, Shift C Quick Casted via LMB, Shift E Whale Song, and then SE Spiral Soak, and then followed by Rabam Spiral of Dreams for some extra damage. On this second phase, you'll get Monster AP plus 30, Attack Speed plus 10%, DP minus 20, Critical Damage plus 5%. Take note, this phase has long cooldowns, so you need to use buffer skills or run phase 1 twice before phase 2 becomes available again. So it kinda goes like this: phase 1 into phase 2, into phase 1 again, and into phase 1 one more time, and then into phase 2. Here is a sample of how it looks like in Gyfin Underground. And here are the add-ons that I'm using at the moment. Feel free to adjust or customize this accordingly. Anyway, some thoughts for Corsair at this moment. Succession's skills are a little clunky and I'm not sure if this is due to lag, but I feel a half second or a half or a few animation frames of delay before I can combo into the other skills after the recent balance patch. She's okay at the moment in PvE, a little better than before, but still somewhat average. Gear-wise, you really should be running evasion with succession, as a good number of your skills are all super armors. So basically you have to face tank everything. But of course, DR does still work if you have the Kefras levels to back it up. And with that, I can now officially send all your pure mermaids into battle without those stinky, useless otters whose personal PA doesn't even work half the time. I'm looking at you, Rabam. Anyway, if you enjoyed the guide or found it helpful, please do consider dropping a like or a sub or following on Twitch to help us deter further victims from falling to this class trap. With that, take care and goodbye.